Thank you very much, Honorable Member. And now for the Honorable Member, Ms. Yvonne Pearson.
Come on. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to give my contribution to Budget 2024 under the caption, Staying the Course, Building Prosperity for All. Mr. Speaker, as I listen to the many presenters before me, particularly those on the opposition side, and hearing the description of the budget, the Honorable Member, Mr. Rosdale Ford, said the budget is built on sinking sand. Sinking sand. Suck sand or whatever, that can be washed away, I imagine. The Honorable Mr. Ramjatan, he also said the budget is built with cement and sand. He adds some cement to the budget. Mr. Speaker, I would like to say that Budget 2024 is built with rock-hard cement, with sand, a good mixture, and the builders are the People's Progressive Party Civic. And I would like to say thank you to the Honorable Minister, Dr. Ashni Singh, and his staff, and all those who contributed in putting Budget 2024 together. Staying the course, building prosperity for all, Mr. Speaker. Budget 2024. Mr. Speaker, I wish to remind those on the opposition side that when we came to office, when we returned to office after severe struggle, our 2020 budget, we said our plan for prosperity. Our plan for prosperity. 2021, we said a path to recovery. Why did we say recovery? Because things were severely damaged. There was destruction in this country. We know it. The people out there know it, Mr. Speaker. So we says a pathway to recovery. 2022, we said steadfast against all challenges. Yes, we are steadfast against all challenges that come before us because we are strong. We are the People's Progressive Party, and we are strong together. And we are preaching a one Guyana. And the opposition failed to understand that, and they failed to accept what we are doing, Mr. Speaker. 2023, improving the lives today, building prosperity for tomorrow. 2024, staying the course, because we've already laid the foundation that they attempt to destroy. So this foundation is of solid rock, rock-hard cement, and not sinking sand. No way. Mr. Speaker, allow me to make some corrections. I listened to Mr. Vincent Henry, the honorable member, and even Mr. Rosdale Ford. Now everyone has awakened from the slumber, and they now realize that indigenous peoples are so badly off. 32% under poverty and whatever. Mr. Speaker, I would like to know how they measure poverty. How they measure poverty and what they did when they were there to address poverty of the indigenous peoples. Tell us that. Now they are awake from a long slumber and they realize. I do agree with Mr. Cox and the others who say, and Mr. Vincent, the honorable member, who say we are the front line. Yes, the indigenous peoples, we are in the front line, and we will operate as though we are in the front line. We are not holding back benches anymore. No, we are in the front line. We have a voice. People listen to us. But we must come with facts, the truth. And so when Mr. Henry talked about carbon sales and the money and what has been done, I would like to say to the honorable member, sir, spend your time in educating our Tushaus, because I would like to say in this very dome here, all the Tushaus were here when we know our allocation from the carbon sales, when we were advised how to spend it. And I am shocked this morning when I heard that the honorable members say families receive whatever. We were advised that this money should be invested, economic opportunities which would create jobs for our people in our various villages, which would address food security, sir. So what has happened? If there's a breakdown, you blame the government for everything, when we as Tushao, and I'm speaking as a Tushao here too, because I'm a Tushao of my village. I am a farmer, I'm an ordinary person in my village. But I have the opportunity to speak at this forum. And I want to thank the People's Progressive Party Civic for giving me the opportunity. So I can know what is happening at the grassroots level, and I can know what is happening at the national level. We have a voice, honorable member, and we must use our voice. We must use our voice. So the point of family receiving $100,000 or $200,000, I am shocked. I am disappointed, because we are supposed to have a development plan in all our villages. All our villages, we're supposed to have a development plan. And we should be using the funds from the carbon sales to enhance further development in our villages. Sir, the Amerindian Act, if you should read part 3 on the governance, which gives us the right to manage, to govern our villages. And so again, here I urge you, sir, to educate yourself on the Amerindian Act. Educate yourself, sir, and then try to educate our Tushao so they would know their responsibility as leaders of villages. Please, sir, do that. I would also like to correct you, sir, and I would like you to go and do some homework. You said that Tushaus only receive $40,000 per month. Please go and do your homework, sir, and correct that figure. Thank you. I would also like to say, you know, I don't support name calling. But if you're going to call me a name in a different language, please explain it in English what it meant. So when you say Shabak, I think I also would like to know what it means, because I myself can say a word in my language and then nobody would know what I'm calling them. So I don't support that. Mr. Speaker, I would like to say, budget 2024. All right, budget 2024. Staying the course, building prosperity for all. As I said before, thanks to the Honorable Dr. Ashley Singh. I wish to remind, in 2021, I said it, the ordinary people, the Guyanese people, as I move around, I've heard all sorts of things, but I heard many people said, Ashley is back. That is the man for the job. And I'm saying it again. Ashley is back. That is the man for the job. And the opposition can't take it. Can't take it. Mr. Speaker, I wish to further make some corrections. Yesterday, the honorable member, Mr. Ronald Cox, in his presentation, he spoke of hinterland school feeding program. But what he failed to do or to say, that what he reported was the report submitted, and I wish to present here, Mr. Speaker, I wish to quote the executive summary of the report for the Auditors General on the hinterland school feeding program. And here is what it says, Mr. Speaker. Studies conducted by the World Food Program show every day countless children turn up for school on an empty stomach, which makes it hard to focus in class. Having food at school daily can mean not only better nutrition and health, but also increased access to education. Annually, millions of dollars were spent on hinterland school feeding programs. Therefore, it was important to determine whether expenditure of the program were properly planned and used for the purpose intended, and whether every child was eligible for a nutritious meal actually received one. The audit covered the period from January 1, 2018 to the 30th of June, 2022. Now, Mr. Speaker, from January 18, who was there? Who was there? What we found, they found the school feeding program expanded. They found that students not catered for due to poor planning, meals, and monitored for compliance with nutritional standards. Meals were not. So these are some of the things that happened under the APNU. So Mr. Cox should have said the period of reporting, the reporting period. I also wish to say, Mr. Speaker, the honorable member also reported on the receipt, storage, and distribution of textbooks to school. Once again, Mr. Speaker, the honorable member failed to say the reporting period. And this reporting period was conducted January 2017 to December 2019. Mr. Speaker, when we come to the House, we must come with facts. And I'm not reading from something that was written by me or any one of my colleagues. I'm reading from the Auditor's General report, sir. And therefore, it must be corrected that the time period is wrong. 2018, 2017, 2019. And I think this is willful act, maliciously done, just to make us look bad. But Mr. Cox, we're not going to look bad because things has changed. Things has changed. Sir, Mr. Speaker, so, no, things has changed for better because budget 2023 says improving lives today, building prosperity for tomorrow. And when we say something, we mean it. When we make a promise, we are delivering on our promises. And we don't fluff and bluff, because we know a lot of fluff and bluff took place 2015 to 2020, Mr. Speaker. Before I move on, sir, I still would like to go back to the honorable member, Mr. Vincent Henry, on the issue of land titling. Sir, I could produce to this House when the former Minister of Amerindian Affairs said in 2018, May of 2018, I think if I remember correctly, the 30th day of May in 2018, when he said to the media, I have not been able to title one village. I have not been able to title one village. And so, Mr. Speaker, when honorable members come with it, say, come with the fact. And Mr. Speaker, I can say these things because I was part of the land titling project. And most of the villages that the APNU APNU claim that they are titled, we have already done the work before we left office, sir. I can produce those evidence. And I can say it because I was there.
Before you say more, honorable member, you need an extension.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to ask that the honourable member be given an additional 5 minutes to conclude her presentation, a very good presentation.
Thank you, Minister Teixeira. Go ahead, honourable member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me move on to some of our success story and stop rebutting the opposition. Mr. Speaker, I would like to talk about agriculture. Guyana was once the food basket of the Caribbean. We will get there again under the stewardship of the People's Progressive Party Civic, and more so our Honorable Minister, Minister Zulfikar, who is going out there meeting with the people. Honorable Minister, I would only like to speak on Region 2 and what is happening in our Amerindian villages, Mr. Speaker. As I speak here now, land has been drainage and irrigation in the Pomeroon area, which would allow the people of St. Monica, Kabakaburi, Siriki to extend in the field of agriculture, addressing the issue of flooding. In the coastal area, Mr. Speaker, as I speak now, 80 acres of land has already been cleared and cultivated in the village area. We are already discussing with Topco, the juice company, to supply them thousands of pounds of passion fruit. Tell me, Mr. Speaker, if that is not development, and this is not building now, the foundation was set already. We are building on that foundation. And citrus, not only passion fruit. As I speak now, we have already harvested thousands of pounds of pumpkin and other cash crops. This is what you call development in the field of agriculture. Never before our Amerindian villages have moved from subsistence farming. Now we are in commercial agriculture, thanks to the People's Progressive Party Civic, and more so our Honorable Minister. I would like to talk about the new projects, Shade House. Mr. Speaker, it's the first time we are now looking at high-value crops. In my village and other villages, we are now experimenting with cauliflower, broccoli, and carrot, with support from the National Agriculture Research Institute, NARI. They are working very closely. This is what is happening. Let me say about the new project, the fish project. Cage fishing is now established in our villages. We are part of it. And Mr. Speaker, young people are being trained. They are trained to be part of these projects. They are managing the project, Mr. Speaker. This is what we call development. This is what we are saying. Staying on course. Budget 2024 would help us to build on the foundation. We will stay on course, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me tell you about training. The bits under the Ministry of Labor. I would want to say thanks to the Honorable Minister, Joseph Hamilton, who traveled the length and breadth of this country. Under this project, Mr. Speaker, previously, there was no licensed heavy-duty operator in our villages. Today, as I stand here, Mr. Speaker, and I must let it be known that these training programs are taken to the villages. So now what is happening? The people are at home and they come out to classes during the time when they can afford. We set the time, so even if you have to go to your farm, we set it that when you're home, you come and learn. Mr. Speaker, as I stand here, 11 persons graduated from Mainstay, Wayaka, where I had no licensed tractor driver. 11 persons graduated, earned their driver's license, and I would proudly say 7 of those persons are women. Women, Mr. Speaker. 7 of those persons are young women. And I wish to mention an outstanding young woman who is just 19 years of age, Kishana Finance. She operates a tractor trailer and she can even operate an excavator. Thanks to the government of Guyana and more so, Honorable Minister Hamilton. In the Pomeroon, Mr. Speaker, the boat building project under this program, the BITS program, the boat building, women, young women are involved in building boat, Mr. Speaker. This is what you call development. Budget 2024 will help us to stay on course. Prosperity for all, not some. Gone are the days, Mr. Vincent Henry, Honorable Member, when indigenous peoples were left behind. So don't come and cry here, sir. I would encourage you, go out there and talk to your villagers, talk to your leaders, get on board, think straight, and stop sharing messages that are not true. We are the front line. Let us take our rightful position in the front line. Mr. Speaker, education, health. There has been tremendous improvement in the area of health. Our health post and our health center, there's adequate supply of drugs. Unlike what happened under the APNU, APNU, I remember I went to Koja Canal and we could not even get a Panadol. No way. Today, we have adequate supply of drugs. Not no expired drugs, no. Drugs and medical supply are there. Mr. Speaker, allow me to mention the distribution.
Unfortunately, you're way over that 5 minutes. I wouldn't be able to allow you. You can say thank you.
Okay, we all have solar panels in our village through the government of Guyana. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We don't study with lamp anymore. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.